I saw how your eyes lit up at the first hint of romance. You're nothing but a filthy mainstream girl. How's it going, everybody? HoodlaMutt back with some more Steins Gate. And, oh boy, last time we found an ending to the game. I, for some reason, wasn't feeling like there was going to be multiple endings by the way that this game was playing. I didn't realize, but apparently you can interact when certain context clues are given, although the game never specifies that, you know, you can just do stuff when a character's talking. I thought it kind of has to throw that up in your face and kind of be like, you can't progress any further unless you do something. I guess that's not the case. And because I didn't know that, we got Suzuha's ending, which was almost super horribly, well, I mean, it was super horribly dark. It almost turned super horribly dark, for the worse. But Suzuha was able to snap us out of it, and we got an ending where we went with Suzuha to the past, which at the time I thought was gonna be where the next game picks up, but I guess the next game isn't a true sequel, so everything is supposed to get wrapped up in this game. Apparently I also didn't get anywhere near the end yet. That was just one of the endings. So, I guess there's like a true ending. So, what I'm gonna try to do from here is I'm going to based off of like a little wiki that gives me a guide, I'm going to try and see if I can figure out how to get past this part so I don't get Suzuha's ending again, and then I'm just gonna play it for myself. I'm not gonna use any guides, I'm not gonna use nothing until I hit another ending, and then that's it, right? Then I'll figure out how to get past that ending all the way until I can't go any further. Then we'll go back into previous save files and try to get all the endings that way. So I want to try to play this as true to just me playing how I would normally play, not like following a guide as much as possible. So yeah, so let me see here. Okay, so apparently I only went back like a single save file so that we could get to the end of this chapter, like right before we have to send that D-mail to Suzuha. And apparently I should be able to do something once I get there. So I guess we'll find out. Let me just try to get there. Okay. So it should be like right here, I think. Right? We have to do something. Which I still think is a bad idea. I still think it's dumb to send a D-mail without going back first. Just go back and then send the D-mail? Like, there are two options. I can cancel the D-mail that convinced me to pursue Suzuha. Sending a contradictory D-mail should do the trick. Or I can time leap again and prevent Suzuha from leaving. Two options, but really just one. Alright, so this has got to be... Or... Do not hesitate, Okabe Rentaro. Hesitation is unforgivable. You already know what you must do. Stop pursuit. Last mail. Is CERN trap. That should be enough to convince me to let Suzuha go. You're good at remembering dates. Well, sure. When did we throw the party for Suzuha? 4 days ago. Okay. So it's got to be like right here, right? I got to be able to like access my phone. The D-mail should arrive a few hours after the first. Oh, what? That wasn't there before? That never prompted me, hello? Was that there? That wasn't there. I would have noticed that. No, there's no way. Now I just need to send it. I just need to send it now. If I would have seen that, I might have thought something. I would have played with it. I'd have done something. I'm looking back at the footage. That wasn't there. There is no way I didn't see a little like doodad blinking like that. There's no way. Okay. Alright, I have a feeling it just wanted me to get Suzuha's ending first or something. Because, like, I wouldn't have known had I seen this. After going, you know, back and looking at a previous save, I absolutely would have clicked that or done something with it. I feel like I would have done something with that. I can't imagine that I just skipped right over that and didn't even question it, didn't talk about it, did nothing. There's no way. There's no way. Alright, here we go. So we just need to send it. Oh boy, okay. Send. I start up the microwave. The discharge begins immediately. I place my thumb on the send button. Are you sure? Mayuri's voice is choked with tears.
Our memories with Suzu-san will disappear. Is that really okay?
Memories flash through my head.
Being with you guys, even for just a little while, was great. I'm going to finish what you started, Dad. I promise. Well, see you in 35 years. Though I guess it'll only be a few hours for you guys. Change the future. Please.
Suzuha, I've made my choice. I won't ask for your forgiveness. Ultimately, I'm doing this to save Mayuri. But at the same time, the words you spoke on that rooftop are still strong in my heart. You entrusted to me your hope for the future. If I am to honor that wish and fulfill mine, then the time we spent together can never have happened. Oh! Okay. Apparently that was enough to mess with his, Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. So that was enough. I didn't see that little doodad, so I don't know. Here we go. Alright, now we're back to the storyline. Here we go. Okay. The world shatters into geometric shapes that expand and contract like rubber toys. Light gathers between my eyes. Stars explode behind my eyelids. Gradually, color returns to the world. I wait for the vertigo to pass. Cold sweat oozes from my temples. Isn't, like, CERN about to be here, though? Like, that was the whole thing? Again, why didn't we go 2 days back and then do the whole, like, telling her to just letting her go? Like, I don't know. Pressing my fists against them, I slowly force the air out of my lungs. Has the world line changed? I head to the lounge in order to check the divergence meter. It's gone. Yeah, because he never got it because they didn't spend time together. I checked the meter a few minutes ago, just before the world line changed. Now it's nowhere to be found. I quickly realize what has happened. Suzuha gave me the meter after we stopped her from leaving. My D-mail undid those events. Of course the meter isn't here. A surge of regret seizes my heart. I clench my teeth and endure it as best as I can. If nobody else remembers, then I alone will keep these memories of Suzuha alive. I look around the room. Mayuri and Kuretsu are on the sofa, dozing on each other's shoulders. See, but the thing is, right, like, you only knew her for a couple of days anyway. But I mean, it's like, I don't feel like that was, like, enough time to be like, oh man, you know, it's not like saying, like, you'll never know who Mayuri is, right? So I mean, I don't know. It's not, like, as big of a deal, I feel like, to them as characters, but I get it. It still sucks. It's still sad, because it's like, you just had to undo a friendship, basically. but we still kind of had a little bit of a friendship. You know, we were talking and stuff before, you know, like before the last 4 days or whenever, you know, we time leap every time. So Daru, oblivious to the vulnerable high school girls behind him, is playing an eroge on his computer. Dude, Daru is just unsalvageable. He is just like, they've made him unlikable because at every time, every angle, he's always doing something screwed. Like, dude, this is why I didn't want him to be Suzuha's dad. That's not right. That's not fair. That's not cool. Suzuha is such an innocent, like, good-hearted person, and then Daru is like the opposite. Like, what? Ugh. Anyway, I take a deep breath and turn on the TV. I flip to a news channel. The world line should have changed. I erased the time we spent with Suzuha. That should have allowed her to leap to 1975 without losing her memories. And the IBN 5100 should be in our hands now. We can use it to hack into CERN and erase the data they intercepted from us. Unless whatever Moeka did prevented you from getting it, right? Because you let her touch it in a different world line, so maybe that still happened in this world line even though you let Suzuha go. Ugh. Without that information, Moeka's men won't attack the lab. Mayuri won't have to die. That's how it should be. But see, we didn't enter the beta world line, did we? All we did was send a D-mail. We didn't use attractor fields and all that bullcrap, like how Suzuha was saying we had to do, right? So, Mayuri, according to the way that this game is saying, like, time works, Mayuri is still gonna die. Like fate, God, whatever they're saying, like, has said, like, this is how it's gonna happen, doesn't matter in what way, she's gonna die, right? So I don't feel like this is gonna change anything. That's how it has to be. Otherwise, why did I sacrifice Suzuha's dream? The quickest way to confirm the change would be to check for any delays at Akihibara Station. Well, her dream was to fix the future, right? And she's still going to do that. She still went and did that in 75. She just didn't figure out who her dad was. So, like, I don't know. She still is doing her dream. She even said this was a detour along the way, right? Like, this isn't... Or was her dream to meet her dad, and then her mission was to do the going back in time? I thought the opposite, but anyway. Or, you know what I mean. Daru, is the Yamanote line stopped? Huh? I don't think so. Check online. Wait, I'm at the best part. Please. Daru sighs and calls up train information. Doesn't look stopped. Thanks. The world line has changed. Which means that our IBN 5100 should be in the development room. It's not there. Guarantee it. I head back there to search for it. But contrary to my expectations, I can't find it anywhere. I told you, it's because you let Moeka touch it. She sent a D-mail, you let her do it. It's your fault. What's going on? I look at my watch. It's 7:43 p.m. Moeka's men attack at... what time again? My heart is pounding like a drum. That D-mail was supposed to fix everything. The trains are moving as scheduled, which means that Moeka's men aren't about to attack. So why does it feel like nothing's fixed at all? The IBM 5100's absence is extremely disturbing. I want to sit down and think about where it could have gone, but a voice in my head is screaming that there's no time. I need to calm down. It's hard to think straight after everything that's happened. I check my watch again. 7:46 p.m. Again, like, he's replayed this the last couple of days, like for what, a week in his mind's time, right? It's been like a week and a half, something like that. So this has got to be weird. Images from the assault flashed through my mind. Mayuri bleeding to death on the floor. The smell of gunpowder in the air. I frantically shake the visions out of my head. I look toward the lab entrance. The door has yet to be kicked in by a team of hitmen. I swallow hard, petrified with terror. Please, don't let anything happen. It's past 9. I peek at the street through the window. Nobody's there. Are you waiting for someone? You keep looking out the window. Daru's right. I've probably looked out the window 20 times in the past hour. And not a suspicious figure in sight. Moika's men still haven't appeared. The raid was before 8, if I remember correctly. I think it's safe to say that my changes to the past have prevented it from occurring. Suzuha's sacrifice was not in vain. I let out a deep breath. I'm sweaty and disgusting. It's like my anxiety has pushed all the sweat out of my body. Mayuri, Kuretsu. The two girls woke up from their nap about half an hour ago. Now they're eating cup noodles.
Wait, did you just say my name correctly?
Kuretsu looks at me in astonishment, like she can't believe her ears. Yeah, she doesn't know what the heck happened. When you're done eating, go home. It's late. So I'll go with you.
Okie dokie. I don't need an escort from you. I can get back by myself.
Just listen. Daru, you too. Huh? Me too? Okay. Yeah, this is all different. Alright. The train lines running through Akihabara are operating normally. There's no bomb scare and no sign of Moeka or her men. Kuretsu's taking the Sobu line to the next station, Ochanomizu, while Daru's going the opposite way to Shinkoiwa. Mayuri and I are taking the Yamanote line to Ikebukuro, so we part at the station's ticket gate. There are surprisingly few passengers on the train. I guess most of the salarymen are off for the Oban holiday. Oban holiday? I've never heard of that. Interesting. I wonder what that is. Mayuri is playing a handheld game, the Rainet Kakaru action RPG. On the screen, her character is battling a gigantic Upa. I stand beside her and gaze at her profile, lost in thought. It's the night of the 13th, and Mayuri is still alive. How many times have I watched her die? How many times have I tasted that despair? No matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't save this ditzy childhood friend of mine from death. Yeah, that's true. So does that mean that CERN wasn't interactively stopping it, or does it mean that CERN didn't have to interactively stop it in this world line because we let Suzuha go back to 75 and do everything that she did? Maybe they got the IBN 5100 before we ever got to it from the Yanabayashi Shrine, thus never having to come to us, I thought. But they know we still have the time machine technology, right? Or did they only know that because of our search for the IBN 5100? I don't know. Huh, also, I just noticed Chaos had Noah in the background. Interesting. Yeah. That's the first game. Eventually, we're going to have to play that if they ever release it in English, so. Anyway. She died again and again right before my eyes. But now, she's alive. Standing beside me, playing a game. This is why I sacrificed our memories with Suzuha. It was the only way. I'm sorry, Suzuha. And thank you. Suzuha no longer exists in this time, but I hope my feelings will reach her all the same. She might not have killed herself, though. We might be able to see, like, old Suzuha, right? Because she probably still alive, maybe? Like, she didn't kill herself? Actually, come to think of it, why can't I tell her in person? Exactly, that's what I'm saying, yeah! Where in Akaba could the 54-year-old Suzuha be? I'll try asking Tenoji tomorrow. He probably knows Suzuha in this world line too. I wonder if Suzuha remembers me.
Hey, Okari?
That intense face. Mayuri suddenly lifts her head. She looks at me hesitantly. Her cheeks are slightly pink. What?
Come on, Okari. Mayushi gets nervous when you stare at her like that.
Aw. Did I make you get a game over?
Yeah.
Aw. Sorry about that. I apologize, but keep looking at her. Instead of starting a new game, Mayuri looks at me with concern. Dude, I just realized, like, it's all starting to sink in again, but, like, she's alive, and it feels good.
There's something different about you today, Okari.
Really?
Yeah. What's wrong?
I remind myself that Mayuri is more perceptive than she seems. She proved that when she figured out that Daru was Suzuha's father. I don't want to worry her too much. I want Mayuri to smile her usual ditzy smile without a care in the world. After all, it's over now. She's safe. This is so much better than the Suzuha ending where he started going insane, dude. Oh my goodness, Okabe's back to himself. It feels weird almost. Nothing's wrong. And I wasn't looking at you just now. I was devising new ways to bring chaos to the world. Oh, we haven't done a muahaha in a long time.
Really? You seem kinda tired.
Interesting that he would be tired. I guess technically it's nighttime, so he would be tired, but, like, is it possible that his mental stress of, like, basically being up for a whole week or week and a half is actually, like, transmitting into this, like, new mindset, like, in this body, like his old memories are, like, actually causing him mental strain so he looks tired? That'd be crazy. A mad scientist is never tired. The mighty gray cells of my 170 IQ brain are always performing calculations, day and night.
Oh. But you should still take a break every now and then. Please, Okari? For me?
Yeah! I love her! Having said that, Mayuri returns to her game. I feel cold stares all around me, but I don't care at all. Mayuri is here with me, doing everyday Mayuri things, ordinary things. Everything is going back to normal. Now how's it all gonna get screwed up, you know? Yesterday was my first time home in a while, so I slept like a log in my comfortable bed. It could be because of my mental exhaustion, but that was the best night's sleep I've had in a while. Before heading up to the lab, I stop and stare at the Braun Tube workshop. The familiar mountain bike is gone. Aw. Suzuha liked it so much, she insisted on bringing it with her to 1975. The workshop door opens and out comes Mr. Braun, rubbing his eyes sleepily. Okabe! You've got free time? How about a job? As a special offer, I'll hire you for 1 CRT a month. 1 CRT a month? Could he get the 42-inch that way? Like, actually, like, to be able to have it right with him? So for 1 month's work, I get an old television? Heck no. When did Suzuha quit again? Suzuha? Who the heck's that? What? Was her existence erased completely? But that's impossible. I ain't got time to remember the name of some lazy part-timer who quit after just 10 days. Darn you and your misleading words. So Suzuha did work here. That fact, the evidence of Suzuha's sojourn in 2010 still remains on this world line. And I thought I finally had some help for a change. That's what I hate about you darn kids. No dedication. I bet she lied about liking CRTs too. Got me good. Tennoji shrugs his shoulders, annoyed. Naturally, he doesn't know about Suzuha's true identity. Does the name Hashida Suzu ring a bell? At this, Tennoji's eyes go wide. Haven't heard that name in a long time. You knew her? Huh? Knew her? So now she's... It's been 10 years already, huh? 10 years? 10 years since what? No. I don't want to know the answer. Tennoji has a faraway look in his eyes, as if he's gazing into the past. She really helped me out. Why are you talking about her in past tense? She didn't have any relatives, not that I knew of. I wish I could have been with her at the end. At the end? There's only one thing that can mean. Even though the world line changed, Suzuha didn't survive to the year 2010. To tell you the truth, though, she looked peaceful when I found her. Peaceful? She didn't commit suicide? Suicide? Who the heck told you that? Suzu-san was sick. Don't believe any old thing you hear. She was sick. Sickness killed her? I shouldn't feel good about that. But I guess you could say it's better than what happened before the world line change. That's what I tell myself anyway. So, how did you know Suzu-san? She helped me out too. A long time ago. I was hoping to see her again. Yeah? I'm living in her old house now. Want to come pay your respects at the altar? I nod without a moment's hesitation. Okay. Tennoji closes up shop and we head off towards his house. Okay, this is weird. From Chuodori, we head towards the station. I scan the Akaba scenery as we walk. Moe stores are still nowhere to be found on this world line. Yeah, it didn't change all that much. After a little hesitation, I look up at Radicon. It's gone. The satellite has vanished. All that's left is the hole it made when it arrived in this time. When did the satellite disappear? About 5 days ago? You never know what's gonna happen, huh? Which means Suzuha left before it rained. Like Tennoji said, His house is closer than expected. We take the train to the next station, Okachimachi, and then walk for about 5 minutes to a quiet residential area. This old one-story house is where Suzuha once lived. I walk up to the front of the house, and there I see a familiar sight. Oh, Suzuha's bicycle! For a moment, I can see her there, squatting beside the bicycle. But the mountain bike Suzuha rode to the Brontube workshop was shiny and new. Now it's old and covered in rust. Suzu-san loved that old thing. Even when she couldn't ride it anymore, she'd still polish it every week. It's been sitting there for 10 years. Couldn't throw it away. I've maintained it best I could, but I guess nothing lasts forever. I gently put my hand on the seat. It's warm from sitting out in the sun. I suppose that, for the few days Suzuha was in Akiba, this bicycle existed in 2 places at the same time. Yeah, weird. Huh. Yeah, that's interesting. The house isn't as messy inside as I expected, considering the state of the Brontube workshop. I guess that chipmunk keeps the place clean. Ugh. A wave of nausea hits me as I recall what Nei did at Ochanomizu Station. But I tell myself that was just an accident. Besides, that incident has already been undone. Tennoji Nei has done nothing wrong. Next to the living room is a child's room. There's a child's study desk and a red backpack on the floor. Nei isn't here. Which reminds me, Tennoji's daughter visits the workshop often, but not once have I seen his wife. He's probably divorced, right? Or she died. Nah, brother, wait a minute! Wait a minute! That's what I was just thinking, yeah! He couldn't have married Suzuha, could he? I mean, she should have been a lot older than him when they met. But as they say, love knows no bounds. I wonder what really happened. No, because Nei kind of looks a little bit like like Suzuha. Just like a little bit, right? Like, oh man, that's so weird, dude. I don't know about all that. I don't know how I'd feel if those two were married. Yeah, me neither. That would make Daru Tennoji's father-in-law. Actually, that would be kind of interesting. I turn to the Buddhist altar to pay my respects to Suzuha. There's no picture of her, so there's no way to know what Hashida Suzu looked like at the age of 44. I make an offering of incense to her, then look around the house again. This is the house Suzuha lived in after leaping to 1975. How'd she get a job? How'd she do anything? I guess she got a job with Tennoji, so I guess that makes sense. When Suzu-san and I first met, we were neighbors. For some reason, Tennoji offers me a beer. When I decline, he shakes his head and starts drinking it himself. I was born and raised in Europe, you know. Huh? Is that a joke? Got a problem? I'll have you know my English and French are perfect. He really doesn't look like someone who lived abroad. I guess you can't judge a book by its cover. My parents died about 15 years ago. That's when I came back to Japan. Or, I guess I should say, I came to Japan for the first time. Suzu-san was living alone next door. She looked after me when I had nowhere else to turn. Alright, now's my chance. If I'm gonna ask, it's now or never. And you got married? Huh? Married? To Suzu-san. You high? Phew. I knew she'd never marry a guy like him. She was a pretty stoic lady. Didn't have much of a social life. But she treated me well. My house burned down about 1 year after I moved here. It was my smoking that caused the fires, so I deserved it, but still. After I had lost everything, she let me come live here with her. That's not all. The Ohiyama building where the workshop's at, that was originally Suzu-san's property. Huh? She sold it to me for cheap. It's thanks to her the Braun Tube workshop exists. Yeah, well, you knew that. You knew that she owned it, so it's not... I mean, there wasn't that big of a world line change that wouldn't have happened, I don't feel, so... You could say she saved my life. Once, I asked her why she treated me so well. It wasn't like we were related or anything. But she just smiled and said, "We all depend on someone's kindness at some point in our lives. When the time comes, you pass the gift along." She was kinda mysterious. She seemed to know exactly how things were gonna happen, like a prophet. Suzuha. That was probably her way of repaying Tennoji for looking after her, even if it was just for 10 days. And so, it came full circle. It's a small world, huh? Never thought I'd meet someone else who knew her. Oh, right. Wait here a sec. Another letter. Yes! Tennoji goes into the child's room next door, then returns and places an object on the table. It's the IBN! Ah! Oh, dang it. Okay, it's the divergence... Okay, alright, thing. The divergence meter. It's Suzuha's divergence meter! Before the world line changed, it was in the lab. But on this world line, Suzuha brought the meter with her to 1975. It's been in this house for 35 years. The tubes read 0.409431%. Divergence has changed, just like Suzuha said. This proves that my magic eye, reading Steiner, does indeed allow me to perceive changes to the world line. But what does 0.409431% mean? I recall what Suzuha said.
When the meter reads over 1%, you've made it to the beta world line.
Yeah, we're not there yet. We just sent a D-mail. That's what I thought. Does that mean I'm still on the alpha world line? Do you know what that number means? 'Cause I sure don't. All I know is it hasn't changed a bit these 10 years. But you know, when Suzu-san was on her deathbed, she used to stare at that meter for hours. Huh? She used to stare at that meter, talking to herself. Is this the old number? The new number? Did it work? Did it change? Stuff like that, day in and day out. It hurt to watch. I touched the device. Suzuha. In my heart, I reach out to the girl who died 10 years ago. To the girl who will be born 7 years from now. To the girl who crossed time to save the future. I bet we'll meet her in the future when we have to go there inadvertently. Like, it's gonna happen, right? So, like, I bet we'll meet her there again. It'll be... Oh, that's gonna be so crazy. Suzuha. Thanks to you, Mayuri's safe. Divergence has changed. But we haven't yet reached your ultimate goal. 1% divergence. Once that is achieved, the future you dreamed of will become a reality. I will carry on your fight, Suzuha. I promise. I realize that I'm crying. Tennoji stares at me for a moment, then puts his giant hand on my shoulder. Wow. Dang.
Okarin!
Mayuri comes out of the ticket gate and walks up to me with a unhurried stride.
Da-da-da! I didn't think you'd come all the way here to the station to pick me up. Mayushi's surprised.
I wouldn't want my hostage to get away.
Yeah, me neither. So Mayushi's really happy.
I love her, she's so adorable. I don't quite understand, but whatever. She likes you, you idiot! Moron! Mayuri flashes a carefree smile, then walks ahead of me, almost skipping.
So, what's in the bag?
Mr. Braun gave it to me. It's a device that can measure the divergence of world lines.
Wow, that sounds amazing. What's a world line?
I smile wryly. Mayuri, you really are a dummy. Dude, don't! What am I doing? After I left Tennoji's house, I called Mayuri to ask when she would arrive in Akaba. Then I went to the station to pick her up. Anxiety still smolders in my heart. What do you mean? What? What's that mean? What? We managed to survive yesterday, but that doesn't guarantee our safety forever. Oh, that's true. Yeah, good. All right, he's staying vigilant. I like that. I like that. I was even almost getting caught up in the normalness of everything now, so yeah, he's got to keep his wits about him. You know, CERN's still out there, and he doesn't know what happened to the IBM 5100. So, dang. It's entirely possible for Moeka to attack now, on the afternoon of the 14th. Maybe I'm being overprotective, but I still can't shake the image of Mayuri's death from my mind. I don't ever want to have to go through that again. Just a thought, Mayuri, but don't you think maybe you should stop coming to Akaba for a while? At least until Kamama ends? No response. I look to the side. Mayuri? Panicked, I scan the area and catch sight of her wandering towards a newly opened shaved ice stand. That ditz. Can't she tell how worried I am? So you're the devoted type, huh? Keiretsu is glaring at me with an iced coffee in her hand. We're in the lab, which appears to have become her second home. She'd never admit it though, right? Yeah. What's that supposed to mean? I'm sitting at the computer, searching for intel on the IBM 5100. I still don't know where it is. I went to Yanabayashi's shrine this morning, but alas, it wasn't there. Suzuha promised to get one to us somehow. Her gift to us from 1975. Without it, we can't hack into CERN's database, meaning we can't achieve divergence over 1%. Okay, so it's not at Yanabayashi. I'm telling you, Moeka took it. She took it. She took it. Took it with her to CERN. Yep. Guaranteed.
All of a sudden, you're treating Mayuri like a princess. Today you went to the station to meet her, you taste-tested her lunch, and then you held her hand all the way back to the lab.
Aw, dude! That's kind of cute, bro. The taste test in the lunch is also funny because he's just worried someone's gonna poison her. Which isn't smart, because if someone did poison her, he's the only one with the whole reading Steiner thing. No one's gonna know to go back to save him, probably.
Okarin really loves Mayushi.
Aww. Did she have to tell Keiretsu of all people? Mayuri looks so carefree as she stuffs her cheeks with takoyaki. I'm pretty sure she's smiling not because of my love, but because of the takoyaki's deliciousness. Typical Mayuri. But seriously, did you have to tell Kuretsu?
So, what's the deal?
I don't follow.
Are you a couple or what? I've been meaning to ask.
Do we look like a couple?
Huh? Well,
Just what sort of delusions does this girl have?
You know, Ocarina and Mayushi have been friends since we were little. Mawoshi's Willy Howie now.
Howie? Howie? What? Don't talk with your mouth full. Oh, sorry, maybe? I don't know.
So, you're not a couple? Oh. Well, of course. No one would willingly date Okabe after all.
You disappoint me, Christina.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You have finally revealed your true nature. I saw how your eyes lit up at the first hint of romance. You're nothing but a filthy mainstream girl. Wait, can you be a mainstream girl and also like a cringe weeb? Is that possible? I feel like those are two separate niches. There's a definitive like giant, Great Wall of China wall between those two. But whatever. I bet you like to eat chocolate with your girlfriends and giggle about the latest celebrity love affair. Absurd! This lab has no need of the puppies and flowers in your head. It feels strange to be spewing this Chinibyo nonsense again, after what I've been through. Is my innocence lost forever? Dude, that kind of... Wow, that hit a lot harder. Man, it's like he doesn't really mean it now. He's just doing it so that it makes everything feel normal because he's not normal. That is like really super sad, actually.
What the heck are you on about, you self-proclaimed mad scientist Chinibyo nutcase?
It's been a long time since I argued with Kuretsu like this, too. The thought brings a sudden pain of loneliness. After failing to save Mayuri, I sought help from this genius girl. Even though her words were, at times, harsh, she supported and encouraged me to the end. But now, all of that has vanished along with the time we spent with Suzuha. Thank you for your help, Kuretsu. I silently give her my sincere gratitude. Aw. I finished typing on the X68000's keyboard and sigh, then turned to the divergence meter sitting on the shelf. The display reads 0.409431%. What does that mean?
The universe is like this piece of yarn. Countless possible world lines exist side by side, branching out into infinity. When the meter reads over 1%, you've made it to the beta world line. If you escape the alpha attractor field and reach the beta world line, then the result will change. Reach 1% divergence, and you'll save Shina Mayuri.
So does that mean that she's still gonna die or something? Like, because we haven't... Like, it's just postponed her death? Because we're not on the beta world line, we're still on the alpha? Is that what that means? Oh boy. Then, does that mean I haven't saved her? Divergence is still less than 1%. Is the world still converging on Mayuri's death? It can't be. It can't be. I mean, nothing happened yesterday. Mayuri's here, safe and sound.
so nothing will happen to her. It won't. That's wishful thinking, bro. I want to believe that, but the doubt in my heart is growing thick and black. I can hardly think about anything else now. No matter how hard I stare at it, the number on the meter doesn't change a digit. So far, reading Steiner has only activated after we sent past-changing D-mails. What about when I time leap? The vertigo I feel when I time leap might be caused by reading Steiner. Or maybe it's just a side effect of the memory transfer. It's impossible to know. In any case, I've prepared for the worst. I've already set the time leap machine's timer to send my memories 3 hours into the past. Oh, nice. Alright. Let's see. I'm telling you, man, Okabe can be smart. Man, he's preparing, he's got things, put in place. I love that. I just wish he wasn't stupid most of the time. I hope, he's gonna continue to not be stupid, from here on out. Because, I get, in the beginning, he could just be kind of carefree because, he's a kid. He's, 19, right? He doesn't really, understand what he's fully doing, It's but still, letting just anyone use the D-mail thing when it works, that, I'll never get over that. I'm never letting that get past me, fully, anyway. And with Daru's help, I found a remote for the 42-inch CRT downstairs. Our previous phone wave name subject to change experiments made a hole in the floor. Instead of fixing the hole, I made it bigger. The 42-inch CRT is right under the hole, so if I point the remote at the hole and press the power button, the TV turns on. Interesting. Now, should things go wrong, I can time leap at a moment's notice. And I also have future gadget number 4, Mode Snake, on hand in case of emergency. Mode Snake was the whole smoke screen thing that he did, right? The whole fog machine, I think. Right?
Okabe.
Kuretsu enters the development room.
Didn't you say we weren't going to experiment with the time leap machine?
This is just in case.
In case what?
I don't want to answer that. I keep praying that my fears will not be realized. It's okay. Everything will be okay. They didn't attack yesterday, so they won't attack today. At the very least, we've changed Mayuri's fate. But still, I can't help but pray. Please let Mayuri be safe. Please don't let anything happen. My prayers go unanswered.
Oh, frick! Oh no! They came in a whole day later! Why? Oh no!
But he's got it set up. Okay, alright. But what the heck else can we do? We let Suzuha go back. And we can't. Oh, frick. And he needed to go back 2 more days. And then send the D-mail, because now we only have 1 day, or else we gotta remember to do Suzuha's thing again. Ah, this sucks. This sucks so bad. Oh no. The door slams open. 5 men burst into the lab. I recognize them. The Rounders. They aim their guns at us. I freeze. Despair seizes my heart. My worst fears have come true, and Suzuha's not here to save us! Oh no! That means we'll have to go with them because Suzuha's not here! I just thought about that! Oh no! Oh crap! It's happening exactly the same as before. Only this time, Suzuha isn't here to save us. Hands in the air! Nobody move. Even the dark-skinned man's words are the same. Eventually, the unpleasant clack of heels echoes down the hallway. Gosh, dang it! Moeka-san? We're taking the time machine. I suppress my terror and grab Mayuri's arm.
Don't move!
The crew cut man says something he hasn't said before. Makase Kieritsu, Okabe Rentaro, Hashida Itaru. The three of you will come with us. You cannot resist. Come with us. You have nowhere to run. We have men stationed throughout Akihabara.
Did they not have their TV turned on to know ahead of time?
Oh, dang it. What do I do? Should I use my concealed mode snake right now? Use it and then time leap?
Yeah, this is uncharted territory because everything's different now. You don't know how this is going to turn out.
But Mayuri hasn't been killed yet. There's a chance she might not be killed on this world line.
Hey, you!
The crew cut man points his gun at me. My heartbeat jumps up. Cold sweat breaks out all over my body.
I said hands in the air.
I've only raised my left.
What are you hiding?
I have to use it. I swallow my fear and activate Mode Snake.
Ooh!
White smoke instantly fills the room, rendering it impossible to see. The rounders won't be able to aim through this. I have to time leap while it lasts. I grab Mayuri's hand and fumble through the smoke towards the development room. Shoot them! I hear the sound of guns firing wildly behind me. Ow! Suddenly, Mayuri's arm gets heavy. Oh! I trip forward and land on my face. Mayuri... Our hands were separated in the fall. I grope around and soon find her slender hand. Okay. Mayuri's feeble whisper reaches my ears. Was she hit? The rounder's blind shot hit Mayuri. It hurts. Mayuri's voice quickly fades away. Strength drains from her fingers. Mayuri? Come on! Get up! But Mayuri doesn't answer. I'm sorry, Mayuri. Once again, I failed to save you. I thought I'd succeeded, but I was wrong. I hear my teeth grinding in my head. Stop! Stop!
Don't shoot me!
I hear Kieritsu and Daru screaming as the gunfire continues. A sharp pain flares at the top of my head. Oh, frick! I press down with my hand. It comes away soaked with blood. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. It feels like someone took a saw to my skull. My ears are ringing. I stumble. I can't stand up straight. I need to get to the time leap machine. I squeeze Mayuri's limp hand one last time, then crawl to the development room, fumble for the headgear, and put it on. I point the remote at the hole and press the power button. The TV turns on downstairs. I can hear people laughing on the screen.
Target A. Target C secured.
Run, Okabe, run! Crap! I clench my fists in frustration. The time leap machine is already activated. The discharge phenomenon is starting. The floor begins to shake. Once again, I leap to the past.